Now, I would like to introduce you to the third speaker of the day, Chai Nadila. Chai Nadila is a lecturer in the Islamic Accounting Department at the Faculty of Economics and Islamic Business, State Islamic Institute of Hoxhumor, graduated from a master's in accounting at Sia Kuala University in 2016 and the accountant profession from the same university in 2014. Taking the Certified Analyst Project Finance CAPF course from the Institute of Certified Management Accountants Australia in 2020. Ma'am has also finished Chartered Accountant as a professional accountant qualification in 2021. She has been a lecturer since 2016. Previously, she has worked as a junior auditor at the CAP and Wilden, head of finance and accounting at the Bureau of Psychological Psychodynamics, consultant team of CHSM Finance, Faculty of Medicine, implementation team of the Indonesia Climate Change Trust Fund program at the Pantkulu College of Forestry Sciences, author of articles and journals in the fields of Islamic accounting, finance, and capital markets. I welcome you all. Today, ma'am will be talking about entrepreneurial interest in higher students. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much for moderator, Ms. Kenu. So let me to share my PPT. Before, I want to say thank you so much for having me for Cape Comorin, India, and then thank you for my love sister, Madam Mutmaina, and Shatu Cape volunteers. So let's start to discuss about my presentation. Okay. Okay, can you see that? Is this okay?
Yes, it's okay. It's
Okay.
visible.
Okay, thank you. So this is my topic is about the entrepreneurial interest in higher education. So it is something in my country. It is still to motivate the younger person how we can to get the soul of entrepreneur. Okay, so let's introduction. Yeah, Indonesians high employment rate, job opportunities, and vacancy, which are minimal, and low education are triggers for everyone to establish a small and medium enterprises. So entrepreneurship is now a trend among society in Indonesia because as we know that to be entrepreneur can help to get the income for the country, not only for the person but the country. And then one of the government efforts to reduce unemployment is to create labor-intensive jobs. And then who educated people not to be interested in this job. It's mean that to be an entrepreneur. They prefer to work in the office. Yeah. So it's something like the mindset we have to change because that all people, most of the people in my country, they refer to, especially in Aceh. Yeah, Aceh is province of Indonesia. The society prefer to work office, especially a government office. Yeah. And then the higher their education, the bigger the desire to occupy an office chair with a high position. And they do not dare to take big risks. Yeah, risks such as entrepreneurship to get they ready to get loss. They're ready to get profit, but they're not there to get loss. It's something like the how we can to brainwash that entrepreneur is the best is the best feature. Yeah, it's not only officer. Okay. Yeah, in Indonesia, learning entrepreneurship is only limited to few school or school certain college, and in line with development and challenges as their economic crisis. Understanding entrepreneurship both through formal education and training in all walks of life entrepreneurship. And then we can say that entrepreneurial behavior can be influenced by internal and external factors like attitude, behavior can be changed by oneself and by one influence. Yeah. So people who carry entrepreneurial activity are called entrepreneur. Up here, the question why? Entrepreneur has different way of thinking, different for humans in general. Because as we know, if we have the entrepreneur mind, we have a creative. We can to make some product with our limitness. Yeah. And then they have need motivation, the calling of the soul, perception, and ambition that are closely related to the value, attitude, and behavior as a superhero human. Okay. Yep. Entrepreneurial behavior can be influenced by internal, like I said, yeah, and external factor like attitude, behavior. First is talk about the mindset. Don't worry about the risks. Yeah, risks is not only about the big trouble. Sometimes risks can create something. Yeah. So the research is how we can to a test of the some of respondent, yeah, our student, how they motivate to be entrepreneur, because that in the outside environment we can grow specific individual attitude and behavior. Okay, in educating children, parents must teach their children to motivate themselves to work hard, given the opportunity to be responsible for what they do. And in Aceh, here in my province, is my city, all the parents always to encourage their children to work in office, but seldom to encourage their children as entrepreneur. So that's why the variable of this research is how parents is very to influence to become entrepreneurs. For example, parents who have workshop business, of course, that then his son help dismantle, check, inspect, or manage the business. Yeah, such involvement can generate interest entrepreneurship in the same of different fields. So it is according with the theory of super and creates theory quotes by Dewa Ketut Soekardi, that someone who has interest in particular object can be known from the disclosure or speech action and by answer of number of question. So that's how important the influence of parents to give motivate, to give example for the children how to be good entrepreneur. Yeah, maybe that we can if their parents as businessmen or businesswoman, it's easy to encourage or to tell that this is business. But if their parents just work at office, of course that their children see their parents. They think that, oh, my parents is good in worker at office, so I want to like them. Yeah, this is something like another variable to this research. Okay. So a successful entrepreneur, yeah, of the key having is a good personality superior. This personality sometimes sets him apart from most people. The ideal picture of entrepreneur, according to Alma, is person who any emergency situation stay able to stand on their ability to help himself of difficult he faces. So it's about the personality in how we can to solve the problem, how we can to face the problem, we need to get solution. Yeah. And then able to make himself advance, rich, successful physically and mentally. You know, when you have the businesswoman, sometimes that the first is not about how to get money, yeah, but it's talk about the mentally, first mentally. Because when we run a business, the first step mentally we will drop. We can enter that our time is our time is not enough, and then the money we can get the money more. Yeah, so I think that is the problem, how we can to survive. But this is a correct mentality. If we believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or God can to he direct us, to guide us, yeah, inshallah that there is solution if we believe that. So that's why that entrepreneur is not only about to get rich, but it's to get to welfare for the society, and we get to great personality that we believe that God always beside us. Yeah, it's just mentally. And then therefore, students should have the potential of entrepreneurial personality so that they will be able to independent, helping himself in the face of life difficulty, like I said before, how to help society. Actually, that we must to be rich, but don't forget, we just don't to look a rich man. How we can to live with a simple life, although that we have rich, because that if you get rich, you can help the other, more the people can you help. But at the point you have to reach, yes, that's true. And then the second is, but it's how important we can then look, you are a rich man. You have to step, just keep that you can to be like a simple life, not head-on person. Okay, formulation of problem. Is there any influence of parental desire or interest, entrepreneurship? Second, is there any effect positive relationship between the campus environment and student interest in entrepreneurship? And then this third, is there any effect entrepreneurial personality on student entrepreneurship interest? And the last one, is there an influence of entrepreneurial motivation on interest in entrepreneurship in student? Okay, its historical study is about the family. Yeah, it is its point. It's college or campus, personality, motivation, and interest. As we know that family is the first social group in human life. Yeah, and express oneself as social human in interact with his group. When we part that we have the first social group is of course family. So that's why we have to bonding with our parents. And then in the family, a child learns first pay attention to the wish of the others, cooperate, or as social beings and have certain norms and skill in their interaction with other people. And then the family environment with all the conditions that exist in which includes like background family member, family tradition, that the way parents educate, because that just for your information, in the my society, yeah, if it's something like value, if you a worker in government office, yeah, in government office, it's something like difficult. It's a challenges how to change that their mindset. Every profession is good if you can to give contribute the society. An entrepreneur is more than the best. Yeah, because that sorry, it's the best because that we can more creative. Yeah, we can make some product to fulfill the need of the people. Okay, so this is family tradition. Until now that their thing is be better if you worker in government in government office, not private office but government office. And then we can support and encourage someone, especially student, for his future life. And next, campus or college. Education in general is any plain effort to influence other people, whether individuals, group, or society, so that they do what educator expect. So the Carter V. Good suggests that education is process of developing one's skills in the form of attitude and behavior that apply in society. So in college, not only to get scored, but you can to get create your personality. Yeah, because the social process in which a person is influenced by a guided environment. So I ever said the student, if you want to clear, you can to like searching Googling, you can search Google or anything, but there is something no, you can no Google can search you. It's about the attitude. It's about love. It's about behavior. Yeah, and then you can get when you meet people at campus. And the second. And the third, personality. Definition of personality is the whole of person's attitude, feelings, expression, temperament. Yeah, that temperament will manifest is one action is faced with a situation certain. Everyone has a tendency to behave that is standard or pattern and consistent so that it becomes his personal characteristic. Yeah, if we have a daily activity, it's gonna get to be our habit, yeah, and then can be our character. And the fourth is motivation. It's been according Lupi Oyadi, yeah, entrepreneur is a person who creative and innovative and able to make it happen to improve welfare themselves and their environment. So creative, if he has the ability to create something new or create something that doesn't exist yet. Innovative when he has to create something different from what already exists. As we know that we have to get motivation so we can do it. If we can know about the aim your life, so we can to get motivate ourselves that to get what we want. And then that the role of entrepreneur, yeah, is an inventor and a planner. Is inventor like entrepreneur discover and create new products, new technology, and then as a planner, entrepreneurs play a role in designing new ventures, planning new corporate
Excuse me,
strategies.
madam.
Yes.
I
Yep.
think this slide is static only. It is not moving. We are at only first slide. We are unable to see at my end. Will you please check it at your end?
Oh yes, yes, yes. Because that the start is only this. I try to discuss Jari. It's okay
Okay.
because I have notes. It's a slide.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We are at
Okay. Thank
role of
you.
entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
Please continue.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And the last one, interest. And interest that a tendency to feel attract or compelled to pay attention to someone. How to get to product, how to find innovative, yeah. So we have interest in it. Yeah. So I want to know about the interest in student to get something product. So that is interest. Okay, this is our framework. Family to influence inter students, campus, personality, and motivation. Okay, our method is the sample selection method used is no random sampling with judgmental technique. Yeah, it is a quantitative research. We use a questionnaire. We using a Likert scale. Yeah, 0.5, 0.1 to 5, and then judgmental sampling is a form of convenience sample selection in which the population elemented deliberately chosen based on the assessment of researchers. Is that make easier to get to the data. Okay, we use multiple regression analysis, yeah, like F-TAS, like T-TAS, yeah. Okay, we just go to the conclusion and discussion. The result and discussion that the first hypothesis, the family environment has a significant effect on inter-student entrepreneurship. Because that, as I said that the first society closer with student is family. If that their family, yeah, they're a family, like their sister, maybe their brother, everyone, and everyone, businesswoman or businessman, of course, that the student will follow their family because the family is role model, yeah. So that's why the family environment is a significant effect on inter-student entrepreneurship. And the second, it's okay. And the second is about the campus, yeah. I'm sorry, it's a typo. The second is about the campus. Campus is significant effect interest entrepreneurship student. Because why? Because that as we know that their lecture, their circumstance of campus, their friend is a significant effect for the interest someone to run a business. For example, like when they they see that their friend, they run business, and then they get, of course, they get money, and then they can buy something what they want. Of course, that wow, I inquired. I'm curious to like them. So of course that the campus is the second group closer with a student. Yeah, so that's why the significant effect. And then the third is a personality. Yeah, it's personality. If they have something positive vibes, if they think that to be a good person, because as we know, if a personality like attitude, feelings, expression is affect to how to be a good trainer, how to get the good decision, how to create the negotiation strategy. Yeah, so this was a significant effect in interest entrepreneurship. And the last one, entrepreneurship motivation is, of course, yeah, if we don't have motivation in ourselves, we believe that motivation is not from the other. Although that the lecturer or the friend said a positive vibe, if the our self, it cannot accept, cannot motivate, we cannot do anything. So the first that how to make sure that you have the motivation. If we have motivation, although the big trouble, we can face it. Although that we can get risks, we can to handle this, because that we believe that we have the goal, what we want to do. So that's why motivate is the factor significantly affect in the interest as to the entrepreneurship. Okay, that's all. Terima kasih. Back to your moderator. Thank you. Yes.